Hello there, this is Rupesh and you're watching CPP Nuts video series on C++ and today's topic is single inheritance in C++. So notice that this is not the introduction part of the inheritance. If you are looking for the introduction, please go ahead and watch my previous video where I have explained what is inheritance and draw all the examples like what is single inheritance, what is multiple inheritance and all that. So if you are looking for something like that, please go ahead and watch that one. I'll give you the link in the description field. Otherwise you can get something like a pop-up here. You will get it with this link. Okay. So this single inheritance is a very basic type of the inheritance where it requires only one base class and one derived class. What I mean to say is there will be this base class what you will derive inside your derived class. And this is what single inheritance is. So for that purpose, I have taken this vehicle and car class to show you the example of that. And one more thing guys, I wanted to explain that why you will inherit one class into another class. I mean, is there any rule or soft rule you can say? Actually there are two types of relations. First is has a relation, has a, and another one is a relation. So there are two types of relation. This inheritance comes inside is a relationship. So you will derive any base class into some derived class when this is a relationship is fulfilled. As you can see here, we have this vehicle and this car. So I'll be deriving this vehicle inside my car when it has some meaning. What I mean to say is I won't derive base class into derived class when I cannot associate this relationship between them. So your derived class should be one type of base class. If this car is vehicle, then only I can inherit that. And if I have another class, let's say bike, then that is also a type of vehicle. So I can inherit that inside my bike. But let's say for the example, you have this vehicle and you want to inherit that into maybe some another type, maybe Apple. So this is not good idea. Okay. So even though you have the code reusability, what I mean to say is, let's suppose you have some vehicle class or say base class and you want one function from that class. There are several functions, and as we are learning this inheritance, because I said that there is a code reusability, but that code reusability comes when there is a meaning associated. It is not like there is one function and that function is needed inside your class, so you will include that full class inside your class. No, that is not a good idea. So whenever you inherit something, this is a relationship should be followed. You must be able to say that bike is vehicle, so I am inheriting that vehicle inside bike. Car is vehicle, so I am inheriting vehicle inside car. But if you have apple in your hand and you cannot inherit vehicle inside that, actually you can, but that is not a good practice. So if anyone will see your code, that's not going to make any good impression of yours. Okay? And you might be wondering what is this has a relationship, because I have explained is a. Has a means if you have suppose car as a class, inside that car you will have tire, correct? And let's suppose you have another class called tire somewhere here, and you can include that tire inside your class. So car has tire, that's why you are including this tire inside car. What I mean to say is, let's suppose you have this class car and here you are using some class tire and T. So you can do this when this has a relationship is fulfilled. Okay, this car has tire, car has engine. Okay, so if you have some another class called engine, you will include that engine class inside your class because you have this has a relationship fulfilled. So I'll create this another video for this has a and is a relationship. These are two different topics. So let's talk about the single inheritance. So as I said, in single inheritance, there will be only one base class and only one derived class. So let's implement this vehicle and car example. So I have not inherited that yet. So let's go ahead and inherit. So if you have watched my previous video, you might be knowing what is the meaning of inheriting it as a public, private or protected. So for simplicity, I will go for public. Okay. And inside car, I will create car specific functionalities, but I will not go into much detail. Just to give you the example here, I will create get tires. So this will return how many tires are there in car. So 4 tires. I know this is not a great example. Just I wanted to convey the message, and yeah, this should be public. Otherwise we won't be able to call this. So this public, and we need another method here. I'll tell you why I'm creating this get tire inside this car, and here I will be creating something like drive vehicle. So here we can write driving. This is a very small example, and let's create a car C and C dot get tires and C dot drive vehicle. So these are the two messages. If I'll compile this, it is telling that 4 tires and driving. So let's try to understand what is the meaning of this whole thing. So if you have watched my previous video, then you will be knowing that why we inherit one class into another class, and that I explained in this video also, but I'll repeat that again. We inherit one class into another class because we want to use some of the functionality what is already given. So when you are going to build a system like let's suppose you are going to build a game where you will have car, bike, plane, and there is one common feature in all these types, that is drive. So we can drive all these 3. Actually this one flies, but it's okay. The thing is, whatever is common, we don't have to write in each and every class. The good idea is take out all those common things, put it on top. Okay, so and give some general name to that class and put everything whatever is common inside derived classes inside that, and inherit from there. So you don't have to write repetitive code again and again. So similarly, in single inheritance also, we derived one class into another class just because we was able to satisfy is a relationship, and we wanted to use some of the facilities of that particular class. So we wanted drive vehicle facility in our car. That's why we inherit that. But this get tires is a specific thing to this particular car because car has 4 tires. So if you will push this function up, I mean in this one, so if you are inheriting this vehicle inside bike, but bike will have only 2 tires. Okay, so specific things will go inside specific objects, but whatever is common will push up. Okay, this example. So as you can see here, if you are creating a class, I mean object of a car, in that you can call get tires, which is its own function, and derived vehicle, which is coming from top. Now there is very important thing which is called access specifier, and here in this case it is inheritance mode. So I am keeping it as public, and this is also public. So this function will become public inside this. That's why we are able to call this. Otherwise there are different rules, and I have explained that table in the previous video. If you are coming from that video, it will be very easy for you to understand what I am talking about. So I think we'll keep it this much. Thanks for watching. Bye bye. And if you like the video, don't forget to hit the like button and make sure you subscribe to my channel so that you will get the notification for upcoming videos like this. Bye bye.